So today I'm talking all about how to be authentic in your sales process so you don't come across as salesy or sleazy or weird, and you still are able to close the sale fast. My name is Tanya Aliza, and I help entrepreneurs and network marketers create success fast while most importantly designing a lifestyle that you love. So if you're new here, consider subscribing because I put out a brand new training episode and free resource for you and your business each and every week. So this episode actually was sparked by one of my B Lab members. And if you're not a part of the B Lab, we'll leave a link in the resource section for you above or below this video. And our B Lab stands for Build Like a Boss. It's my entrepreneur business community where I share a lot of tips and answer questions and provide feedback on things. And it came in as a question. So Jamie asked, how do you be authentic without seeming salesy? I don't know if you've heard of the color personalities, but I'm a green and I always like talking about what is in my product or how it works versus how it'll actually help somebody. But that isn't what people actually care about. And she's realizing this, and she really wants to be more authentic in her sales process. So Jamie, I got you. Being authentic in your sales process is really all about asking questions and talking with people versus talking at people. For example, what do you already know about your prospect before you reach out to them or you start conversation? And I like to think of the FORM acronym, okay? F stands for family, O for occupation, R for recreation, and M for motivation. So those are kind of like my key bases of how I start conversation with people, or how I think about starting conversation with people before I start the conversation. Do you know of a struggle or a problem that they have in any of these areas that you can start the conversation with, and then have your product, service, or business be the solution provider to? And if you do this by asking the right questions, you're going to come across as more authentic versus trying to explain something that you're just trying to sell to somebody. Now, in every episode of Tanya Aliza TV, you know I like to equip you with a free resource that will help you in your business. So today, since we're talking all about how to be more authentic, and how to be more authentic all revolves around asking the right questions, I've put together a list of my top 25 prospecting questions that will help you start the conversation and find out about your prospects so you can be more authentic in your sales process. If you think that this resource would help you or your team or anybody that you know, you can pick it up for free on my blog at tanyaaliza.com/125 download. We'll leave a link for you in the description box wherever you are watching this video. If you're on my YouTube channel, look below, and if you're on my blog, there'll be a big yellow button right below this video. If you click it, you'll get my 25 best prospecting questions to help you start conversation and be more authentic in your sales process. So here's what one of those questions might look like. So let's say you know a little bit about your friend Christy, okay? I use Christy for an example, and maybe you're thinking about, how do I start this conversation so that my business or my products or services would really entertain her? She'd be really interested. So I would think of a few things. I would think about Christy's family, maybe some past conversations or messages that we've had back and forth with each other, or anything that she's been posting on social media, her job, maybe think about what I know that motivates her, what she likes to do in her spare time. Now, let's say, for example, I know that Christy had a conversation with me about really wanting to take her kids to Disneyland and really go all out and give her kids the trip of a lifetime, but she was really worried worried about taking the time off work because she didn't want to sacrifice income or money, because also too the trip was going to cost a lot of money and she knew that. So I might start the conversation by saying, hey Christy, what's going on? I know that one of our last conversations you were saying that you really wanted to take the kids to Disney. You were really worried about finances. How are you doing with that? Have you guys gone to Disney yet? Or have you been able to take the time off work yet to be able to do that? And so find out where they're at. And then let's say, for example, Christy says, well, I haven't been able to go yet, or something along those lines. I would say, hey, Christy, what if I told you I found something that would allow you to take the time off work, spend that amazing vacation with the kids at Disney like you said you wanted to do, without sacrificing any money, and maybe making some money while you're over in Florida or over in California at Disney? Would you be interested in learning more about how that looks? So there's a couple of phrases that I use in this conversation a lot to make the close and transition a lot easier, but also make the process definitely look more authentic. So I'm going to say something like, wouldn't it be cool if? And if they say, yeah, that would be really cool, I always ask them, well, how serious are you about that? So if she says, yeah, that would be really cool, and I'd be like, cool, I'd love to get together with you, or I'd love to share with you what it is that I found that I think can really help you. Are you really serious about that? If you see something that crossed your desk, it looks exciting and it can help you with that. Are you really serious about doing that? Or maybe also ask how much they would need, right? Or how, if you're in a health and wellness company, you're selling weight loss, how many pounds do you want to lose? If you're leading with the business, how much money would you want to make per month? Or what would it take to be able to do that? Asking the right questions is the absolute key to making your sales process remarkably authentic, and you're helping people versus selling something, and that just feels a whole lot better. So Jamie, thank you so much for asking that question in our Facebook group. I think that's going to help a lot of people, but I very rarely, as you probably have noticed, ever talk about what my product is. I always talk about what my product or business can do for somebody, unless you're talking to one of those green personality types, who are, very analytical and detailed, which I also am. So I'm guilty of going into details sometimes myself because I am that way. But I know as a marketer, that's not how most people make their decisions. So unless I know I'm talking to a green personality type, I'm going to really revolve my conversation all about helping my prospect and figuring out what it is that I can help them with, and using my product or business or service to be that solution to them. And remember, I got you covered in today's episode's freebie, the 25 prospecting questions that will help you start conversation, get the information that you need so that you can become more authentic and helpful in your sales process. Make sure to pick that up. It's ready for you. It's absolutely free, and it's on my blog at tanyaaliza.com/125 download. We'll leave a link in the description box below, and it'll take you to the blog. There'll be a big yellow button underneath this video. Click it and you'll get my 25 prospecting questions. Question of the week. Do you have any tips that you'd like to share that have helped you keep your sales process really authentic and keep it real with your prospects? If you have any really cool tips that you'd like to share as well, drop them like it's hot in the comment section below. So, did you find some value out of today's episode? I truly hope that you did. Make sure to pick up the free resource that we put together for you with the episode and everything else that we talked about over on the blog. And I will see you on the next episode of Tanya Aliza TV.